Yeah, enough of that. So I did a video about group exercise, 3 things to remember with group exercise. So sitting in my truck real quick before I get the day started. Wanted to get on here and talk to my startup personal trainers about 3 things they need to do and remember when starting up their personal training business. So culture is a little bit different. Concept is slightly different. You want to achieve the same things as far as, helping the clients and growing them and keeping them up to a certain point just to make sure that they reach their goals. But some of the tactics are a little different. Some of the care abouts are a little different. Some of the strategies are a little different. I'm not going to go into super detail, but just real quick. Number 1 thing to remember with one-on-one, and this is about in-person personal training, by the way, too. Online training is a little bit different as well, all right? Everything's unique. So, one-on-one personal training, in-person, number 1 tip or bottom of the list is goals and education, all right? Goals and education. And be very objective and empathetic with your clients about their goals and then educating them about their goals. That's the number 1 thing. I see a lot of startup trainers. They kind of have this preset template as to what they want to do with their client or what their client may or may not be capable of, etc. So, for example, if you got somebody who is overweight or they're, on the chart obese, and then they come up to you and they show you some picture of, some professional athlete talking about that's what they want to look like, don't discourage it, okay? You need to be educated enough to educate them enough about the progression towards that goal, all right? So never ignore the goal or tell them, maybe that's something we can think about next year, or maybe that's something we can think about down the line. No, let them know that's what y'all gonna do. But because of their situation, because of the truth of the situation, or because of where they're at, these are the steps you're gonna have to take. So, if they on Google, looking up stuff, or they watching YouTube videos about, how to get fit or something like that, they're not gonna be able to take that same route, of course. And if, that was just an example. This is case by case, but general concept, be aware of their goals, don't discourage their goals, and then educate them about how you're going to get to their goals, and then what that timeline will actually look like. But in order for you to educate them, you have to be educated. So that goes back to general principle of making sure that you're educated in your craft and always learning, all right? Number 2, backstory, all right? And give a shit about their backstory. So, for those of you who don't know what backstory is getting in tune with the client's personal life, getting in tune with what they care about, their birthday, if they got kids, what they do outside of your sessions together, those types of things. That goes a long way for building your one-on-one relationships with your personal training clients. It is very important. Something as small as you knowing that they have dogs, they talk about their dogs all the time, or they got kids, depending on how old their kids are. Kids may be in activities, they may be recently married, something like that, or, they may travel a lot, between sessions or something. So, I mean, just something as simple as, they show up to the session and you're like, hey, how you doing? How the dogs doing? And then they just, oh my God, rough threw up and, spent all night doing that. And I was afraid I wasn't going to get enough sleep from a session, and they just, it doesn't have to be anything that you actually care about. So again, learning to remove your bias when you're dealing with clients in the personal training world, gym pop world, and just understanding that you have to make it about them. It's not your experience, it's their experience. So the more that you know and understand about your clients, the more that you know and understand about what they care about, the more personal, in-depth conversations you can have, because the more of that rapport and relationship you can build with them, the better your business relationship will be, because they'll feel connected to you. They won't want to cancel. They won't want to not to re-sign with you. They won't want to find another trainer or just completely stop working out altogether, because if y'all just showing up and y'all don't really talk, or y'all don't really share stories back and forth or kind of get to know each other, and you just putting them through workouts and you just showing them a bunch of charts all the time, and that's all y'all do, they'll get discouraged, because you have to understand that in that particular setting, that type of person wants to be motivated. They need to feel connected. They need to have that experience, as they're paying you for the experience, okay? That's a bonus tip too. People who need personal training, or who desire personal training or group exercise, for that matter, they're not showing up for the workout. They're showing up for the experience of the training session or the class, all right? That experience starts with you. So they're not necessarily paying for the exercises or the workout. Most people, the average person, can Google a workout. They're paying because they like you. They like the way you make them feel. They like the conversations y'all have. They like, the relationship that y'all have together, the time y'all spend together. It makes them feel good about themselves on top of achieving their goals. So believe it or not, that comes before anything exercise related. All right. And number 3, checking in. Always check in. Startup trainers, any trainer, always check in. So what do I mean by check in? That doesn't mean blowing their phone up, making sure that they're drinking water every 20 minutes, all right? Now, you might have to do that with some of your clients specifically, but checking in means that when they show up to the session, always check in, say, hey, how'd you sleep last night? How'd your eating go today? Any aches and pains? Anything bothering you? How are we feeling today? Very general things, just to kind of check in, because sometimes, you're not dealing with athletes who know exactly what's going on. They're not showing up to the session going, yeah, man, the top of my hamstring is bothering me because I did sprints, and then we came out of blocks, and then, when I extended off of that front block, like, nah, they don't really know all that. They could have went to the amusement park with their family, and not a bottom of they, shins hurt, or like the bottom of their feet hurt or something like that, and they trying to cancel the session on you, or they showing up and they complaining, or they not really looking themselves. And if you don't check in with them, they won't think anything of it, and they will naturally think that there's something wrong with training with you that has made them feel that way. Now, it seems like common sense that if something happened in their personal life, that they should attribute that event to whatever is going on with them or that is wrong with them. But make sure you always do your due diligence on a session by session basis, on a weekly basis, monthly basis, to always check in with your clients. Make sure you know exactly what's going on with them, especially on a physical level, because they'll mess around and help a family member move and pick up a box wrong, and they back hurt, and they'll show up to the session and be like, oh yeah, I think those squats we did last week really messed me up, and completely leave out the fact that they helped their brother moved from Montana to Texas, and they've been carrying boxes and sofas all week. They won't even think about that. They'll immediately start looking at you sideways like, your sessions hurt me. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't picked up 50-pound boxes wrong. So making sure that you understand what's going on with them, so you can not only protect your client, but you can protect yourself and protect your business, and on top of that, continue to build that relationship. All right, so that's all I got today. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how y'all doing. Let me know how y'all liking these little short tip videos. You can go to wrxii.com. Check out some of the blog posts on there. Got a fitness challenge going on right now. $5 to enter. Y'all hit that up. Cash prizes available. All right, cool. Got to get my day started. Peace.